Hi, I'm Ray Pugel, Chairman of the Pine Strawberry Water Improvement District. We are going to produce a series of videos to keep you informed on the activities and progress of the Pine Strawberry water system. Hopefully these videos will clear up any misconception or errors put out there by the news media, some websites, and even the mouth-to-mouth conversations that we have, because sometimes, things change as the word gets passed along. On March 23rd of this year, we had a town hall, if you will call it, hosted by Tommy Martin, where you told us what you want in the water system. And of course, what you wanted was plenty of clean water without service interruptions. You said fire hydrants are desirable and you'd like a capital improvement program over the next 5 years. You'd like better public relations from your board, and hopefully these videos will take us in that direction. And also you want a system that costs as little as possible, which is what we all want. Of course, there are challenges. Now, one challenge has been met, and that's with the discovery of the deep aquifer under Pine. We have developed a sustainable, drought-resistant water supply. We currently have 3 wells in the deep aquifer feeding our system, and a 4th in the process of being drilled. No longer will you see stage 2, 3, 4, and 5, those dreaded stage signs. However, that's not to say we won't have service interruptions and challenges, because our infrastructure is so old and deteriorated. Just like the cataclysmic act we had in 2012, where we were out of water for a long period of time. So what are the other challenges in our system? Well, the piping is 40 to 60 years old in many areas. For example, the Cool Pine subdivision is 60 years old. And time passes quickly. Portal 1 and 2, hard to believe, 40 years old. 93% of our water mains are 4 inches or less. Some are 2 inches. But the challenge is compounded by the fact that over 30 miles of our water line is thin wall sewer pipe they don't even use for sewer line today. And as one utility employee told me, they dread when they have a problem and have to dig near our water lines, because there's almost an assured rupture, because the only thing holding some of our water lines together is the compacted dirt around it. One other major challenge we have is that we lose over 31% of the water we pump. This is due to leakage in the system, and I'm sure any of you who've been around town, Pine or Strawberry, have seen leaks, and also probably to inaccurate metering. And let's put that in perspective. Imagine if you filled your gas tank and then you had 30% of leakage. What would be your urgency in getting that repaired? This year's budget addresses many of the things that you talked about. Number 1 is our main storage tank in North Pine. It's 300,000 gallons and is adjacent to the Project Magnolia pipeline that serves Strawberry. This main storage tank has been neglected for decades and is structurally unsound. As a matter of fact, it's in danger of collapse. Therefore, we've allocated over $200,000 to fix that tank. We also are in the middle of a meter replacement program where we will replace every meter in Pine Strawberry to ensure that everybody gets a fair and accurate reading of their water meter and only pays for what they use. In the budget, we also have 2 master plans. First, you might call an engineering master plan, which will tell us where storage should be located, how much storage, the size of our pipelines, our water mains rather, where our booster pumps should be, valving, where we should put valving so that when we do have a service interruption, we're not knocking out half the town while we make a repair, but can isolate it either to a road or a particular subdivision. And lastly, we have placed on the budget a bond issue for $7.5 million. And let me clear up some misconception on that. This is simply a placeholder this year. But it is something we need to think about as a community, because we do need to start making repairs. Now, let me assure you, nothing will be done with these monies, nor are we going out to get them until we have a master plan and a financial plan in place. But it is food for thought about how we must attack the future. Let's put some other things in perspective. Cost and cost of operating this business of a water system. In 2000, the cost of asphalt was $30 a ton. Today, it's $65. And when we have to tear up a road to replace or repair a water main, we have to replace the asphalt, thus increased costs. Gasoline, 2004 it was $1.85 a gallon, and yesterday I paid $3.44 a gallon. Cable TV. Since 2001, cable TV has had a threefold increase in price nationally. And a Chevy Silverado. Many of us up here in the Rim Country drive pickup trucks. And in 2007, the base price of a Chevy Silverado was $16,915. Today, 2013, it's $23,590, a 39% increase. And even with that kind of increase, General Motors had to beg for a government bailout to sustain its business. APS, the rate increases kind of sneak up on us. But I looked at my February 2007 bill for my home, and at that time I was paying 9.1 cents per kilowatt hour. February 2013, I'm paying 11.6 cents a kilowatt hour. That is a 27.5% increase. And that's important to us in the water district because we use electricity to pump our water out of the ground, and we use it for our booster pumps, which put it into the distribution system. Lastly, the compounded rate of inflation for the last decade, according to government statistics, is 29.5%. But let's talk about water for a minute. Fountain Hills, relatively new community, solid infrastructure, has just proposed a 34.8% increase in their rates. And I recently, this weekend, talked to my brother-in-law who lives on the Oregon coast, where even the ducks get tired of the rain. And surprisingly, his average water bill is $60. Now, this is not to justify our rate increase or our tax increase, but it's kind of to put things in perspective. Costs do go up. And one of the main reasons for our tax increase is to reestablish our contingency fund. We had an adequate contingency fund that was depleted by the Pine Creek Canyon Road project, where we had to put in new mains when they redid the road. We replenished that contingency fund, and then last year, 2012, we had the cataclysmic infrastructure event, which again depleted our funds. Therefore, we must replenish that contingency fund in the event of another catastrophe. One other thing to put in perspective is, what is the tax rate? People hear a doubling of taxes, and I would be up in arms too. But go look at your tax bill. I pulled up a tax bill for a home that is currently on the market for $200,000. Its assessed tax value is $126,000. Total tax due was $1,815. But look how that's broken down. Gila County gets $563 of that. $63 goes to school equalization, with another $538 going to the Pine Strawberry School District. Pardon me. Gila Community College gets $100. Pine Strawberry Fire gets $434. And the Fire District Assistance Fund gets $13. The Gila County Library gets $26. And the Pine Strawberry Water Improvement District gets $74. And to be frank again, that's going to double. But we must replenish our contingency fund. Thank you for listening to this video. I hope it answered some questions. And please, if you have the time, listen to the other videos where they'll go into more depth on our infrastructure and our budgetary process. Thanks for listening, and please come to our meetings. And if you have any questions, please call me or one of the board members for any clarification you might need on our water issues. Thanks again.